second story from the book of Ruth is related to Boaz, Naomi's relative. Boaz was an influential man, that is, a man with wealth. As the book of Judges puts it, he was a man who could do whatever appealed to him. Boaz used to speak to the people working in his field, "May Jehovah be with you." The people working in the fields also responded to Boaz, "May the Lord bless you as well." In Boaz's field, both the owner and the workers were blessing each other, saying that God will be with them and bless them. And Boaz's field, as Leviticus 19 says, was a place of hospitality that warmly welcomed strangers, orphans, and widows who came to glean. When Ruth returned to Bethlehem, the barley harvest had begun. Ruth received permission from her mother-in-law to go to the field to gather the remaining grains after the workers had harvested. Then by chance, she came to this place, Boaz's field. Boaz saw a young woman working in his field and asked the field foreman, "Who is that woman?" The director answered that the woman was a Moabite who came in with her mother-in-law Naomi. Boaz, who learned of Ruth's situation, told her not to go to another field, but to come here and glean. Also, he told her to drink water whenever she needed. Ruth bowed to Boaz and asked him why he was being so kind to her. Boaz said that he knew what Ruth had done for her mother-in-law Naomi, and that she left her homeland and came to Israel. "May the Lord reward you for what you have done, and may the Lord God of Israel reward you fully, under whose wings you have come to seek refuge." The book of Ruth is a story of the time when judges ruled, and people lived according to his or her own opinion. Most people lived according to their own desires and thoughts, rather than God's will. However, the Bible tells us that there were people who became God's people and tried to follow him. People who not only prayed to God, but also did all they could to help strangers, orphans, and widows, and who shared God's grace with strangers who entered their territory. As the Israelites read this story during the harvest season, they probably remembered their ancestor who lived and helped one another in the land given by God. As we read the book of Ruth, I hope that we today will become people who pledge to follow God's will and be together, and become holy people who help our neighbors according to God's will.